Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you see from the title, today I'm taking you along as we are house hunting in Seattle. My husband, myself, and my two little girls currently live in Dallas, Texas, and have lived here for over 10 years. So moving across the country to Seattle is a pretty big undertaking. And for us, this house hunting trip took place over a 2-day weekend. In fact, we were supposed to get to Seattle somewhere around 5 o'clock in the evening, and our flight got delayed, and we didn't hit our hotel room until about 2 a.m. in the morning, right? So over the course of Saturday and Sunday, we visited 6 homes, and I'm gonna take you along with us. So before we see the first house, just wanted to let you know what we're looking for. Now, because we are renting for the first year, we didn't wanna spend a lot of money because of course, we want the bulk of our money to go towards the home that we purchased in the area. And you probably know that the real estate market is really hot right now. So even though we're not purchasing a home, a lot of the houses we wanted to see and had planned to see before coming to Seattle were already taken by the time we landed. So we had to guerrilla style look at the map and see what houses were popping up for rent before we could then call the realtor or the listing agent and get in to see the property. So it was really touch and go. I was a little bit nervous that we weren't going to be able to find a place that weekend, but just to let you know once again what it is that we were looking for. We're looking for 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, somewhere with a great school in close proximity, also a decent commute for my husband, and in general, we're looking in the West Seattle area. Now, the bonus item on my list is I would love for us to have a water view or be really close to the water. Moving from Dallas, we have lots of flat and lots of highway, right? So moving across the country to the Pacific Northwest, I really want to feel like I have changed regions and can enjoy the nature that's available on the West Coast. So at least now you have an idea what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first house. House number 1 was a 3-bed, 2.5 bath home. It was 710 square feet and had a school with an 8 rating. And all of these homes are gonna have schools that are within fairly close proximity of the houses that we chose, which was really good to see. House number 2 was another 3-bed, 2-bath home, and this one was 1,240 square foot. The school rating was a 7, and that was the lowest I was willing to go. 13 minutes from the beach for this one, right? Once again, being close to the water isn't a huge priority, but this one is 13 minutes from the beach, which means we would have to drive a little bit longer, which is definitely not a problem given that right now the closest beach to us is about 6 hours away. The thing I loved about house number 2 is that there was a family that was currently on their way out, and we got to see what it looked like staged with the things of a family that had young kids. I loved that there was a fenced in yard and a deck with a beautiful view of the neighborhood. House number 3 is one of the homes that had the most number of rooms that we saw. 4-bed, 2-bath, 1650 square feet, and the school rating here was a 7, and we wouldn't be that far away from the school either. Now, the thing about this house is, even though it was so beautifully done, it wasn't an up and coming neighborhood, and just looking around, even though the home was lovely, I just didn't feel like this is a great place to have a home. You're not going to have the neighborhood feel. There probably not going to be a lot of families living in close proximity, and I would love for the kids to be able to at least play with some neighbor kids. So we actually had to wait until 5:30 that day to see that last home. So after it, we just headed back to the city where our hotel was and went looking for some food. And the Dough Zone came highly recommended. And in fact, when we got there, there was a line and a lot of people were waiting to be seated. And it did not disappoint. We got a ton of great food from the Dough Zone. Hello. Today is day 2 of our Seattle house hunt. Today we have 4 homes that we're going to go see. So we're headed to our 9 a.m. appointment that is in the West Seattle area. I think we're finding that that is the area that we really want to stay in. I love how close it is to the beach. The schools are amazing. And I would say the downside is that we do have a bridge closure that's taking place, and then that makes us have to take a big detour if we're going to downtown Seattle. But in any case, we had initially missed this place because it's a 1.75 bedroom, and I've been looking at 3-bed, 2-baths. So we're gonna go take a look at it and see really whether or not it's gonna work for us. So I'll give you guys a tour once we get there. House number 4 was a 3-bed, 1.75 bath, 1,720 square feet with a school rating of an 8, 3 minutes from the school and 4 minutes from the beach here. One of the biggest perks is that the fenced-in backyard is a pretty decent size, and the landlord mentioned that she was going to put in some sod so the girls would have some grass to play around in. Now, house number 5, this is the 3-bed, 1.5 bath, and the thing that drew us here was the beautiful water view, and they definitely did a good job of featuring that first in the images that we saw. But this 3-bed, 1.5 bath house was 2,180 square foot, close to the school, 1 minute away and 2 minutes away from the beach. But I gotta tell you, this was a creepy home. I got the sense that perhaps some older residents recently vacated the home and they're trying to fix it up for rental income, and it needs a lot of work. So I won't even keep you guessing, because when we made our way downstairs to the basement, it was super creepy. It smelled dank, and that's where the washing machine was. There was no way. We were not gonna do it. I mean, my husband didn't even want to touch things with his hands. So in fact, we ended up emailing the realtor or emailing the listing agent and asking if the home was for sale, because it honestly is a bit of a gut job. But who knows, maybe that will work out for us in the future. So now we're at the Adjei water taxi. We're going to practice going across from West Seattle to downtown Seattle, because Briss is going to be working downtown Seattle, and if we're going to be living here, we want to make sure that he can commute. And this is a 10-minute commute, so it's much better than driving across the detour. House number 6, which was a 3-bed, 3-bath townhome, 1,670 square foot. The school rating was an 8 here. It was a minute away from the school. In fact, the school was around the corner and down the street. Someone was moving out of the home, so we kind of had to walk through while their move was in progress. Wasn't as big in person as it was in the pictures that we saw. House number 7 was a 3-bed, 1.5-bath, 1,325 square feet. It was right across from the water taxi. Beautiful view of the downtown Seattle city line, but honestly, it wasn't for us. It was beautifully done. Clearly, they were doing work on it. Marble countertops, beautiful green cabinets, and new appliances. They've done everything right, but this just wasn't going to be a home for us with two little girls. So we took a look at it. We enjoyed meeting the owners, but we probably are not going to be going for this place. Home we decided to go with, stay tuned to the channel because I'll be creating more moving to Seattle content. All right, with that, we'll see you back here for my next video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to know which house we select and what goes next in our journey as we move to Seattle.